Okay, let's look at question exercise. (15.3). Again, Joshua, we forget to put the page number. I already say you must put the page number. Okay. I suppose it's question 2, not very clear, the photo. Zero, 6, 24, 60, 120. Now, as you have worked out, finally, this is considered your first line. Then this 6, this 18, this 36, this is 60, this is your second line. Then your third one, which is 12, which is 18, and then it is 24. This is your third line. And then you got 6, 6, which is your fourth line. Okay. Now, if you have the second line constant, then your n term is written at a plus d n minus 1. Okay. If you have the third line constant, then your n term is equal to a plus d n minus 1 c. Sorry, it's supposed to be a plus or c over 2 n squared minus 3n plus 2. Okay, now you have the fourth line. Teacher don't have the formula. Okay, n term. Okay, the fourth line, but I know it will be like that because the third line constant you got an n square. Okay, second line constant you get n to the power of 1. Now if you have fourth line constant, then you will expect an n3. Okay, there could be any number in front, and then you get n2 n plus a constant. Okay, this is if you have third fourth line constant, this is what you're going to see. Now there's no formula for this. Okay, I think you do not need to remember the formula, okay, because it's too complex for IGCSE. But just a point to highlight: when you have a fourth line constant, definitely you must have n3. Okay, you can have n3 without this term n2 or n1 or even constant. You can have, as long as you have n3. If you have a fourth line constant, you expect n3. Okay, n to the power of 3. n2, n1 may exist, may not exist. Okay. Now, third line constant. Let me just preview it here. Third line constant, the n term, you can calculate from this formula, but generally for third line constant, you will have n2 plus p n to the power 1 plus constant. Okay, this is for third line constant where you have an n squared. You must have an n squared. Whether you have n1 or constant depend on the sequence. Okay, but you must have n squared when you have third line constant. You have fourth line constant, you must have n3. Okay, n2, n1 constant not necessarily must exist. Whether it's there or not will depend on the sequence itself, but definitely if the third line constant sequence must have n3. Okay, then the second line constant. Okay, second line constant, this one. Second line constant, the n term will be written as k n plus a constant. So if you have a second line constant, the final answer will be n to the power 1 plus constant. Okay, this constant may be there, may not be there. Okay, third line constant, which is this kn squared plus pn1 plus c. Okay, n squared must be there. Okay, n to the power 1 constant may not be there or may be there, depend on the sequence. Fourth line constant, it must be n3. Okay, n2, n1, nc may be there, may not be there, depend on the sequence. Okay, so you see the relationship? Okay, the kp, qc, all that is just a number. Just it's not based on the formula. This one is just telling you this is how it's going to be look like. Okay, this is not the formula. This is the pattern of the n term for second line constant, third line constant, fourth line constant. But bear in mind the n square, the n, since this is fourth line constant, n3 must be there, but this may not be there. Third line constant, n square must be there. This and this may not be there. May be there, may not be there. Doesn't matter. But if you have a third line constant, there must be n squared. The maximum can go. Then you have the second line constant. This one is this line constant. Then you have a power n to the power 1. That's the maximum we can go. And then plus c. C sometimes may not be there also. Okay, now let's look at the question, the fourth line constant. Okay. Okay, now since we don't have a formula for the fourth line constant, we have to use our vigilant and look at the number and how to put in the 1 and 2 into the n term. Okay, now let's look at this. The n term will be, since it's fourth line constant, the n term will be kn4, sorry, 3 here is fourth line constant. Okay, short of time. Let me tell you, okay, it's basically 1 cube minus 1. That means this n cube, this n. Okay, how? Check first term. 1, 3 minus 1 gives 0. Check. Yes, correct. Second term. 2 cube minus 2 equal to 8 minus 2 equal to 6. Check. Second term, 6. Correct. Third term. 3 cube minus 3 is 27 minus 3 come 24. Check. Third term, 24. Okay, so this formula is correct. This n term formula is correct. Okay. There's no formula involved, so it depends on the vigilance of you able to see from the number. This is a very special case where it's not easy to see it unless you have the experience in handling it. Oh, okay.